My name is Kate Franke, and I'm from Youngsville, New York. My very close friend, Chelsea, had passed away from breast cancer. And 2 days later, after Chelsea passed away, I was in the shower, and I remember thinking Chelsea was a young, healthy girl, and I was a young, healthy girl, but what excluded me? That's when I lifted my arm up and I did a self-breast exam, and with one short sweep, I found a lump. Not long after that, I had the diagnosis of having breast cancer. I'll never forget that day. It was a beautiful day out, and I kept thinking, why is this happening on such a nice day? And we drove home, and it felt like the longest ride ever. And I knew my husband had the same fears as I did. The next few weeks were rough. I set up appointments, and I had CAT scans done, I had nuclear medicine bone scans done, and my cancer was stage 3. I had an appointment with my oncologist, and I had 12 chemos ahead of me and year-long hormone treatment and weeks of radiation and surgery ahead of me. When I first met with Dr. Iannelli, you can't miss him. He wears his jerseys. And I remember sitting in his office, and here he comes, and he's like, give me a hug. We just met, but I gave him a big hug, and he just looked at me. And I was waiting for him to say something, but he just looked at me, and he smiled, and he said, Kate, you're going to be a grandmother one day. He's like, and you're going to be just fine. I saw a few doctors from New York City, and you waited in a waiting room, and not to say they don't give good care, but I was going to be getting the same treatment up here. I remember going to a doctor, he's like, TrueBeam is the highest, you can get with radiation. That's like the primo, the holy grail. So when I said I was getting that at Orange Regional, he said, that's the best you can get, and you're in the right place. I just felt so taken care of. I wasn't alone when I was sitting out in the waiting room. There was somebody there with me just chatting about, asking about my boys, or just stuff to get your mind off of it. And they were always right there. They were so good. There is not a day goes by that I don't say how grateful I am to be here, to still be their mommy, and still be a wife, still be a daughter, still be a sister. I was 29. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your sex, male or female. It doesn't matter if you have family history. I had no family history, and if I can get across that it can be anyone, and to do the self-breast exams, to make the doctor's appointment, don't ignore things. That's what I'm here for.